become one with the crowd. No one ever hit the road without a drive and without a need to succeed. No one, never. Because the whole idea to start on your own is to find your passion, to discover something novel, moving, inspiring, to discover something new and extraordinary in yourself, the idea and the business you choose to do. Consider a new role. Find an entrepreneur in you. Take risks. Crave for the new. Build new relationships. Find new energy to break all barriers. Become one with your idea, your passion and belief. Well, since 1999, we have partnered and nurtured more business relationships than any other company. Helping entrepreneurs explore new businesses is not just what we believe in. It has always been who we are. Since Gaurav packed his bags and left off in search of the extraordinary, we have opened and put more businesses on a growth path than anybody else. And the best thing about growth is that it never stops knocking on the doors of successful people. Successful people who are always looking for the right opportunity. We all get a moment with that opportunity. And right now, somewhere around you, right here, there is an opportunity waiting just for you. An opportunity that could lead you on your path for the rest of your life. As franchise Indians every day, everything we do is creating an opportunity for you. Because your growth is our business.
Hello and good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us on this webinar called Business Opportunity Over Chai. Business Opportunity Over Chai is a webinar series presented by Management of Franchise India every day at 12 o'clock in the afternoon with an aim to introduce you to a new business opportunity. Over the last 27 years, Franchise India has helped thousands of investors selecting the right franchise business for them. Today, we will introduce you a premium wellness brand called PILAT3S. PILAT3S is a premium wellness brand from Europe, redefining movement and mindfulness through the timeless practice of Pilates. With a strong focus on intentional, low-impact workouts, the brand helps individuals reconnect with their core, both physically and mentally. The brand believes movement is just not all how you look, it is about how you feel. Ladies and gentlemen, to talk more about this brand and the business opportunity, I'm joined with Ashwin from Friend Global and Nityo, the Chief Growth Officer. Now, I would before I start, we start the presentation and talk more about the opportunity. I would request Ashwin to please take the lead and let's set the context of this webinar, and then we'll move on to the presentation part. Over to you, Ashwin.
Yeah, thanks, Bharat. First of all, introducing who we are, the Franchise India, and surely the Frank Global. So what we do, we bring all the Europe and the international brands to India, and this is one of the most premium brand. If you'll see the overall entire portfolio of the Pilates, it comes from the Homes Place. It's something, it started long back in 1985. After that, it moved to the something in different portfolio with the not just Pilates, it's a Tribe 3. And from there, one of the thing they discovered and they have successfully done in entire Europe, the Pilates. So obviously today we have Matthew. And before I hand over, it's thankful to Mr. Alan Fisher and Jonathan Fisher. Jonathan Fisher, who looks over entire portfolio of the Pilates, Tribe 3 and Homes Place. Now I hand over to Matthew, who will take from here what's we are.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning for me, probably good afternoon for you. I'm actually currently based in Portugal. Again, the core of our operation, it's been Europe. It's been a great playground for us to test all of our product. Is a very mature market, or there are very mature regions. So we're happy to again use this as a test platform and bring to India now a very refined product. a little bit of acknowledgement. Thank you, Franchise India, and thank you, Frank Global, for allowing us this great opportunity. Again, Pilates, it's been in a remarkable growth path recently. The whole fitness industry is being hit very, very hard by the pandemic. I don't know if you remember. We all have very, very short memory, but again, the pandemic allowed people to understand what's the importance of actually being physically, of course, and mentally as well, healthy. Now, that being said, with the once the pandemic went away, what people were left with was with different options. Naturally, some people took options in the typical gyms, but what happened as well is that people realized that there are different ways to exercise within a smaller community. So what I'm presenting today is the opportunity to be involved in the boutique fitness segment within the fitness sector. We're talking about small units, but what's very relevant about this small unit, that again we got left with this after the pandemic, is that we create this small community. What we do within our portfolio of brands, and we're talking about Tribe. Tribe is a different concept, is a strength conditioning fitness concept, and Pilates is of course dynamic reformer. We work out in the reformer beds. The vision of the company is building a global fitness community where anyone can belong. And that was the defining factor that will allow us to create this very interesting set of activities that are very inclusive. It's very achievable for people to be involved in a practice, and I'm talking specifically about Pilates, in a practice that traditionally can be very complex. You know, if you look at the very original Joseph Pilates contrology, that's actually the name of the science behind Pilates. You know, it's not something that comes natural to people. The reformer bed is actually a complex device to master. So, without further ado, I will be sharing my screen so I can explain to you which problem have we solved. So, Ashwini, can you confirm that you see the presentation?
Hey, that's perfect, Mitch.
Great. Now, again, this method comes from a wish by Jonathan and Alan Fisher to democratize these different activities and maximize the opportunity of people to enjoy the benefits of Pilates. How have we done that? We've taken all of our technology ecosystem, everything from the lighting, the programming, the music, and in terms of Pilates, there's a very, very special feature, which is the integration of video to allow people to experience better form while feeling safe and secure with the help of the technology, but of course of the instructor that is always present in the room. So Pilates, again, it's inspired by the foundation of very, very traditional Pilates. We're talking about everything that was the legacy that was left by Joseph Pilates itself many, many years ago. But in this case, we bring in this concept to 2025 and beyond, with again the inclusion of this technology, which allows us to reach a wider market. Now, our purpose again for this specific modality is elevate people's lifetime, your lifetime, through Pilates-based control and dynamic movements. The market is being in very, very clear expansion. Europe is of course taking the lead in terms of the Pilates world, but we see this trend happening pretty much everywhere across the world. And luckily and very, very excitingly, without any signs of saturation. We understood that the penetration of these methods in every given population and in every given region is about 10%. So you can only imagine how those numbers transform themselves applied into such a dense region such as, of course, India. Now, what we built was this interesting formula. This interesting formula is built with different ingredients, but the main one, it's of course what we call the jukebox. This is the technology that deploys everything that, as you can see in the presentation, the music, the lighting, the programming through a device called routine display, digital canvas, and then the video through a device called routine display. So here's the problem that we solved. We basically prepared all of this tool to be ready to enable and empower the instructor to do a better job. What type of job are we expecting that the instructor does? The instructor is there, of course, to guarantee people with a safe environment, but also with efficient movement. And through the deployment of these tools, the instructor is then more free to give more time to, of course, support the people that are taking part in our experience. We're talking about 12 to 16 reformer beds. And again, once people have access to all of these sets of tools, the hope, but not only the hope, because we proved this to be true, what happens is that the participant becomes independent sooner, meaning that people feel more comfortable, regardless of their fitness background, to be included in this experience. And with that comes less frustration. And with less frustration comes higher conversion rates from first timers to, of course, members or regular customers, meaning people end up subscribing, buying our product, buying our experience, and of course, with that, there's business growth. Now, how does that looks like in practice? And this is probably where of course the formula is. All of the experience is led by what we call the routine display. The routine display is a video that it's played inside inside the studio and comes across through 2 or eventually even 3 75 to 85 inches screen. Yes. So let's see if I can play this video, because this is part of the entire experience. Ashwin, can you see the video playing right now?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Great. Now imagine this, and I want everybody to again imagine that in this afternoon you're actually taking part of your very first Pilates Dynamic Reformer class. So welcome along. We have 6 minutes, and as you can see, the clock is ticking. So me as an instructor, I have already great guidance in regards of how much time do I have to actually set up the room, number one, but also during these 6 minutes, invite our first timers to be inside the studio with me. So if Ashwin is the first timer doing his Pilates experience, of course, I'm telling him, hi, Ashwin, my name is Matteo. I'm your instructor for today. Today, we're going to be doing Pilates Align class, which is a class that, of course, is weighted to more towards mobility, stretching, bigger movements, and of course, a longer spine.
Yeah, I'm ready to go, Matt.
Phenomenal. So Ashwin, I'm gonna tell you all about what we're gonna be doing today, but let me tell you all about how to feel safe around the reformer. So in this moment, I'm actually coaching everybody that is a first timer in the next 4 minutes and 42 seconds regarding, again, how do you set up yourself or set yourself up in the reformer? How does the machine works? Of course, more than that, I will be asking this person, is there anything that I need to know? Is there any injury? Is there anything that will prevent you to do the form and the exercise that we're about to do? Please let me know so I can personalize my coaching or my instruction, so it works for you. So that will keep going for the next 4 minutes. Now, once we have those uh, uh, those 4 minutes going, as you can see, I'm 30 seconds away from the experience. So at this point, I'm saying, Ashwin, okay, perfect. Now take a seat on your reformer, because I'm going to now call the rest of the participants, the rest of the 14, 10, 12 participants into the studio, so we can start the Pilates experience. So I'm going towards the door. I'm opening the door, and everybody's coming in 2, 1 second. Now, even when regular participants are coming in, we always play a safety video, which shares with people or checks people in by telling them, how do you set up your sprint settings. Have in mind that all of these videos are playing in a 75, 85 inches screen. So these are big screens. This is how you position your box on top of the reformer. This is called a short box. And now this is called, as you can see here, a long box. So everybody is having access to this video, which is both educational, but of course ensures that everybody stays safe while operating the reformer. And this will play for 3 times in the next 2 minutes and 12. Now I'm going to fast forward a little bit, because in the next 15 seconds, I'm basically telling me as an instructor, everybody, that, okay, everybody, please find your reformer. Please put your phone away. Please stop taking selfies to our beautiful studios that then will be posted in social media, because the class will start now. Now, once you're there, what do we do for the next minute? Something that we call centering. So we basically bring in the whole community, the whole team together to start to focus in the main experience. Again, have in mind that this is playing in big screens inside the studio. By the way, by this time, of course, the lighting are automatically dimming a little bit. So everybody is in a little bit of a darker studio, so they can focus and they can relax with the help of the instructor as well. Now, what I do know as well is that in the next 20 seconds, the first move that we will do is called a C curve, and with the blue and a red spring setting. So me as a coach, I'm telling everybody, okay, everybody breathe in, breathe out. The first move for today, it's called a C curve. And this is where the experience actually starts. So me as an instructor, I am now describing this move by, of course, isolating or highlighting the essential components of this move. But the beauty and the problem that we solve is that the entire studio is now well aware and visually aware of how the move looks like. And this is a defining factor that, of course, helps passionate Pilates participants to, again, set themselves up. Now, in the next 1 minute and 17 seconds, all that I need to do as an instructor, as the human that it's, of course, personalizing the experiences, approach each and every single one of the participants and let them know how they can improve their technique. So as you can see in the screen, there is a clear adjustment of the foot bar, which is this device here. How do you set up the box? What is the spring setting? It's a blue spring and it's a red spring. And we're going to continue doing this exercise for the next 40 seconds. Now, the beauty of our methodology is that the instructor is well prepared, but also they know that in the next 30 seconds, they need to coach people in the next move, which is, of course, a box parallel arms. So me, and again, have in mind that Ashwin is still the first time, but that I have 12 to 16 participants in my class, I'm telling everybody, okay, we will do one more repetition. Everybody breathe out. Everybody breathe in. Now we are moving on. We are moving on to a box parallel arms position with a blue spring. And off we go. And this is how a box parallel arms looks like for the next 55 seconds. And what's next? A box chest press. So again, and I'll now stop sharing the presentation, and I'll come back to this. What we found out is that, of course, Pilates is such an appealing and such a great modality, and it really helps people to improve their lifestyle, to improve their health and well-being. What we understood is that the modality it was a little complex, so we decided to create all of this content to again provide the right set of tools to our instructors to, of course, improve their performance. And in this way, we also tackle one very important issue, which is again the education and training that it is provided to our instructors. Of course, they need to be knowledgeable in terms of the human body and in terms of the Pilates methodology. But what this type of methodology allows them is, of course, a better opportunity to become more focused on the humans that are in the studio by setting them up for a better practice. So that being said, I just want to share a little bit more of finally, how the studios will look like, because of course this is a very important part of what we do. Before we go in there, just for clarity, all of the routines are pre-planned by our specialist master trainers. We update the jukebox, meaning the multimedia player, where all of the routines, all of the music, lighting, and video are available. We update that device every 4 months with a new set of content. So there's always very, very fresh content available for new participants and regular participants. We have 4 different classes. One class is called Align, slower paced, more designed for increased mobility. Tone class, which is a little bit more of an intense class where people can enjoy a little bit more vigorous type of training. And there's a 30-minute version of that class as well. And of course, a power class, which is aimed to building strength. So this is where we will work out with light weights with more dynamic and compound movements. Now, here's how the studio will look like, and I want everybody to imagine how it is to work out in such a comfortable space. As you can see, the screens are very present in the studio, and in here you see another screen where the routine it is displayed as well. We feature, of course, a comfortable and spacious reception with this design, which comes from a Japandi type of philosophy, meaning that it is the beautiful beige tones, but minimalistic. The beautiful beige Nordic tones and Japanese tones, but minimalistic with quality materials, and of course a small changing room where people can, of course, change their clothes and have a shower after the experience. The properties are, like I said, around 125 to 175 square meters. So this is an example of how a property could look like. This is a 15-16 reformer studio, small changing rooms and small receptions as well. This is a true example. This is a studio that we have here in the north of Portugal. So this is the product. This is how the studio looks like. Of course, all of this interior design is well, and I'm going faster in this in
No,
this
no,
in this presentation.
hey, maybe you can
Uh,
take your time. Like what we are,
Perfect.
it's a brand. Like obviously the area you
Of
said.
course.
So we are looking at around 1,500 to 1,800 square feet in India. So that's the area.
Yes.
So obviously the audience. So obviously we need to, after this, we'll go through the financial, but that's the understanding we should have. And
Mhm.
you can take from here about
Okay,
the.
perfect. Not a problem. Again, what we do is that we prepare a package for our franchise partners, and this package is a very comprehensive and detailed, again, interior design manual where all of the colors and all of the materials are well specified. So again, the franchise partner, together with their trusted contractor in the region, of course, can source all of the materials and all of the of course items that makes our brand be this very comfortable and luxurious brand. We do like when of course people walk inside the studio and naturally enjoy a beautiful comfortable space. So all the details from, of course, the lighting in the ceiling, the lighting across the mirrors as well, to the sizing of the furniture, to the storage of everything that is the small equipment needed for the practice. All of this is very well specified, of course, inside the interior design manual, to the details of the HVAC system, meaning air conditioning, ventilation, and all the rest, to the comfort, of course, of the change rooms. Details regarding the painting, regarding the textures of the painting, the tiles, and so on and so on. So all of this is very well specified, and of course created by our talented team of designers and architects. And last but not least, again, in terms of everything that are the brand guidelines, all of this is as well nicely prepared for the franchise partners to have access to all of the whys behind what we do, from, of course, deep understanding regarding the creation of the brand itself and what's the brand idea, the mission, the vision, the values, the position, the personality of the brand, and of course all the way to what is the brand application in that sense, meaning how will be the brand portrayed in your market, which are the personas that we're trying to attract, demographics between age 18 to 25, 25 to 34, and 35 plus, naturally more towards a female audience. And last but not least, of course, apart from everything that is the product itself, what is the brand identity? What are the logos? What are the secondary symbols? What are the fonts? The color palette of everything that represents the brand Pilates, as you can see. And last but not least, very important as well, it is how the brand is portrayed in the markets. What's the photography? How do we want to have the brand present in your area of exclusivity, and how the brand looks like for the markets? As you can see, the three different types of classes, and of course, if we go even further down, you see that this could be easily a beautiful banner outside the studio, a beautiful vinyl with, again, the brand being portrayed with the quality that basically it deserves. So again, everything ready for social media, everything ready for online, offline, everything ready for print, or everything ready naturally for digital as well. So it is a full package. Last but not least, before I hand it over to the team to potentially talk a little bit more uh, on financials, rest assured that your future instructors will be trained by our talented master trainers. And of course, before coming to the training, they are provided with a blended learning experience, meaning that, of course, they will have access to some, if not all of this content through a digital platform. This is our Pilates Academy. And of course, inside our Pilates Academy, there are not only all of the manuals, but also again the library of all of the movements that of course the Pilates instructors need to know before they go into teaching the class. Do you remember the first move that you've done, Ashwin, in your first class? It was called a C curve. So the move is actually here, and it's broke down in a way that instructors can learn while comfortably sitting at home. So then they can bring that knowledge to the studios and help people to, of course, have a safer and more efficient workout. So again, all of the content and all of the foundations of our methodology are stored in our Pilates Academy. And as you can see, all of the manuals are ready, so people can be well trained and offer participants, both first timers and more experienced regular Pilates addict, with a safe and efficient practice. And this is pretty much what we do in terms of product.
Yeah, thanks, Matthew, for
And brand.
you gave the whole vision of how the Pilates look like in Europe and how it will look like in India. So obviously now what I'll do, I'll hand over to Nikita. So she will take care of what the investment and what's rough idea we'll get on that. So Nikita, please hand over.
Sure. Thank you so much, Ashwin, and thank you, Matthew, for the presentation. To all the investors and partners who have joined us on this call, I think you got a fair idea as in how Pilates would be bringing the expertise that they have into the existing regions now to India. Before I share the financials, I would like to give you an understanding that we would be starting from the regions such as Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, where the potential and I think the awareness of Pilates being one of the most prominent kind of fitness regime could be adapted. And then later we'll move on to other regions as well. We would be looking for both unit and a master franchise partner, somebody who would want to take territory rights from us. Basis the capacity and the caliber of that particular territory, we'll be going to we'll draw the financials for them, what kind of fee we will be charging, what kind of number of centers we will expect from that territory. Because this is more a wide session, we would be giving you a fair idea of what kind of model we are bringing, and any partner who would want to understand the entire working, the entire network of business that a center can generate, we would like them to have a one-on-one discussion with us, with Franchise India, Fran Global, and we can connect you with the Pilates team, with Matthew and their other team members. If I'll give you a brief idea of Hunter is going to run, we are going to do that somewhere around 140 to 200 square meter, with around 1500 square feet is an ideal area that we'll look for, and which is an area which can easily be conducted in markets such as Delhi, Mumbai. Rental cost could be roughly around 300 rupee per square feet. It could go higher or lower in terms of what kind of regions and what kind of localities you're looking for. Though our initial focus would be on the premium residences, premium neighborhoods in these cities. If I'll talk about investment, so broadly an investment of 1.4 CR and INR could be an investment into the franchise fee, your store capex. This capex could include your construction cost, your fit outs, fixtures, AV. So roughly around 5 to 6,000 rupee per square feet would be an average cost that you invest there. If we talk about an 140 square meter center, at least 7 reformers is what you, sorry, not 7, around 10 to 11 reformers you do. But if you go for a smaller area than 1500 square feet, because I think there are few premium residences in Delhi, Mumbai, where if you go for a lower set of center, I think between 7 to 8 should be minimum reformers that you'll keep into those locations. For this property, roughly around 37 lakh rupees is what you invest into reformers. So ideally, a 1.4 CR of a cost is what you incur as a cost for this center. The other expenses could be your pre-sale expenses, where you hire trainers, you hire business development staff to sell out these packages before you move out through your operations. Could be the rental deposits. If you're more towards the northern India, I think the rental deposit could be 3 or 4 months. If you move towards western India or a southern India, maybe it's between 6 to 9 months or even 12 months worth of rental deposits could also be prevailing in those regions. And then could be your other operational expenses that you keep as a working capital buffer for at least 1 to 2 months there. So around 20 lakh rupees goes into a working capital for the project. I think between 1.5 to 1.6 CR becomes a total investment into the project. If you talk about average class fee, so though we have concluded it to be 2,000, there are different kind of packages and different kind of fee structures that the brand holds. And I think once you would want to have a in detail discussion with us, we can give you an idea how these packages, how these centers are run. At least between 12 to 15 classes a day is what we generally see into the Pilates market, even in India, and what a particular center should do. And on an average, what we have considered is that roughly around 45,000 rupee of sale is what a center can easily generate, which gives a monthly revenue of between 13 to 15 lakhs. Now, this has been determined on a very conservative number, which could be a beginning revenues for the first year. Though, if we'll discuss about the financials and kind of revenue that the brand is generating at their existing center, it's quite higher. So, around 1.6 to 2 CR of a revenue is what we understand that in the center can easily generate. Then in terms of the recurring fee that you pay to the brand would be somewhere around 8% plus GST. So what we have considered is excluding any valid GST charges. There could be software fee or a tech fee that you incur, employee cost, rental cost be somewhere between 15 to 18% that we largely consider. We have considered to be 18% for the sake of this franchise model, just to keep it on a higher end. There could be other expenses such as your marketing, your advertisement expenses, any kind of housekeeping, cleaning expenses, and other expenses such as telephone, bank charges, insurances. So overall, on such a model, we understand that a partner can easily achieve an ROI of between 80 to 85%, giving them a payback on their initial investment within a period of 15 to 16 months, what we consider here. So this is a model that we have considered for a unit franchise. Somebody who would want to take for a territory rights or a master franchise right from us, we can develop a certain region-based appointment of the number of centers they'll do and what franchise fee they'll be paying to the brand. So this is a model. Anyone who would have any questions around the same, please do ask so that we can internally take on these questions. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much, Nikita, for the detailed, explanation about the investment. To all the audience, my request is, in case if you have any query related to the financials or anything related to brand, please keep on posting your queries into the Q&A box to, get all the answers. Our presentation has been done. Matthew is now free. We can ask him questions. Nikita is also there, to discuss more about the financials. Though I can see a few questions in the chat box as well as in the Q&A, but still, in case if anyone would have more questions, I mean, absolutely take this opportunity to get all the clarifications.
Bharat, am I okay to start typing the answers to the questions?
Well, you can start, but I mean, it will be good in case if we answer them verbally, so that rest of the audience can also understand the same.
Perfect. Yeah? So here's the question regarding the answer regarding the question, how do we compete with others? So number one, the competition with others comes from let's go what is more visual. Two things. One, the design of the studio. It is quite an interesting, of course, refined European design that we trust that in India will of course be welcomed. It's a comfortable studio. It's something that will attract the audience. I've understood that in India, again, and I'm very humble about it, but I've understood that in India people like to be seen in of course a well-designed space. Also, again, people love to take beautiful selfies and spread then all of those pictures around around social media, and I've understood as well that influencer marketing is very well received in the region. So design of the studios, number one. Number two, the system itself, what I've explained in terms of the way we make our content available in to the franchise partner and to the instructor is something that it's very exclusive to us. Of course, all of the music is ready to go, all of the routines are planned, and all of the videos are edited. The lighting again switches or dims according to the phase of the class. So our technology enables franchise partner to have in their hands not only an appealing product to the customers, but also a product that is highly scalable, and again ensures that the quality of the class is consistent within the timetable. And last but not least, it is how fast are we able to train instructors so they are ready to, of course, teach this class. They need to have basic knowledge in terms of Pilates, basic knowledge in terms of how to lead a group, in terms of a group exercising or in a group exercise setup. And then our 5 days, 6 days training will enable them to, of course, teach our dynamic Pilates methodology. So design number one, technology, and education of the instructor is your answer, Mr. Dhruv. I hope that I spelled that right.
Absolutely.
Thank you. And the second question that I have is from Monica. Are they not open for Calcutta? Are they not open for Calcutta? We are, Monica. If you want to know, we are with you. If of course you wanna be one of our franchise partners in Calcutta, of course we are open to do business with you, and that's something that we are, of course, here for.
And I think I would like to add on to that as
Sure.
well. So, Monica, all metro cities and upper tier one cities, as we said, we are open to have our business there. And I think Kolkata being one of the most prominent cities, we would love if you would have a proposal and you would want to expand the brand there. And we can even advise what good locations, good premises there are. So, we'll be open for that.
Perfect. Nikita, if you look at the question and answer, the Q&A box, there's how much does a customer pay per month? So if you could clarify that in rupees, because I'll say I know in euros.
Absolutely. So I think we do not have the name of the person, but I think who have posted this. Pilates is more of a concept where not only you pay for monthly cost, you pay for per sessions because this actually goes for into that kind of regime. So we have considered that a person pays somewhere between 1,500 to 2,000 rupees as an average cost per session, and this will be a pricing that we would want to land into. There are different partners in Pilates which also charge for lower fee as well in India, but our focus is that we want to be the premium, I think, one point center for Pilates, and we'll also be targeting such locations only. So roughly around 2,000 rupees or a 1,500 rupee, you can see between tier one and metro cities being paying as per session. And usually, we have taken into consideration is that between 4 to 8 sessions is what usually prevails per person to take for month. It could be higher as well, but our focus has been there. Basis that, and if you'll consider, we have considered that roughly around 12 sessions per day is what you can do. And if you talk about a 1,500 square feet center, then roughly between 20 to 30, roughly around 20 people per session is what you can generally see between 15 to 20, depending on what kind of reformers you are keeping, what kind of activities would there be generated. And also, if we'll talk about how many units of Pilate per unit franchise, I think that's a question I do not understand.
Yes, I'm guessing that this is about how many reformer
Reformers?
beds per unit franchise. And again, the sweet spot that we found for that is the business plan works really well if you have a minimum of 12 reformer beds. If you're able to elevate that number to 14, 16, it's a serious business. It's a good Pilates studio with a great community, of course, experience, and we've seen this business plan again perform really well if you have a between 12 to 16 reformer beds. I'll keep going. Akash, how many centers does the brand have, and which countries are you present in? That's a great question. We actually have about 12 studios open across different regions. The regions that we are working right now, it's Spain, Portugal, Ireland, Netherlands, and Panama. It's a little bit it's a little bit west of what we traditionally do, but we had a very excited franchise partner that really wanted to take the methodology to South America or Central America, and we of course provided that. And we are expanding now in the UK and in the UAE. So this is a total of 12 studios open right now. But before the end of the year, we expect to double and beyond double the number of studios. Being the hot markets, Spain for sure, Portugal for sure, Ireland as well, and the Netherlands. Those are the hot markets. We are in negotiation with different other regions, but as of now, 12 units are open and ready to double before the end of the year. What are the things to be taken care by investor other than investment? Well, definitely find a great location. So that's key number one. Once find a great location, we'll provide with the concept design, and then of course the investor or the franchise partner needs to secure a contractor that will execute on the works. Number two, and number three, always with our support. We also like the investor to, of course, have to recruit the right human resources. So of course, in that sense, we provide the investor with the profile of the people that need to be hired, and of course everything that are the job description and on all of the process, and it is up to the investor, of course, to secure the best team available in town. So these are the three main things that we expect the investor to do. Soumya, what inspired you to bring our Pilates brand to India? Well, different things actually. The opportunity to work with a very talented team, Franchise India Frank Global. So it's a guarantee of a consistent and again a disciplined way of working. So we're pleased to partner up in the region with somebody that we trust. Number one. Number two is the fact that we trust that this is a growing economy. I mean, probably more beyond growing economy is an economy that it's proven to be very robust in that sense. So we feel that the time is right to of course come your direction, and to some extension as well. Again, we have an interesting, not a business, but Jonathan has a personal connection with the region. So he felt that the region was ready for us to come and join you.
So one more thing was there, if you see the health and wellness sector, their entire portfolio, they have done something amazing. And this is one of the Pilates, they understood what they have done in the past and what they are going to deliver to the people. So I believe that's the reason with the India, and India with Jonathan is very hopeful. So hopefully it takes very fast and we are able to open. So apart from that, do you like to add any other questions or details? So can these equipments, everything can be copied, but it's not matter of copying. We are ahead of the time. We are moving more than 1 or 2 years ahead of what's been built in the Pilates industry. So that will be there. So do you like to add something, Matthew?
No, I think I'm happy to of course take any other questions by potential investors offline when investors are ready to talk to us. I think that the opportunity is very clear, Ashwin, as you said. You know, the wellness and health well-being. It's been luckily and thankfully more than a trend. We trust that it's here to stay, and we trust that, of course, the opportunity to provide India with a high quality fitness and well-being experiences is real, and so we're pleased to offer this opportunity to other investors to join us.
So I think all the Q&A is done. So we are set to close. So obviously it was wonderful and insightful sessions. So obviously thank you, Matthew, for coming and giving what
Pleasure.
we have vision for India and what we are trying to. So obviously to all the partners, we are quite open. Just hit up, like you can write an email. Obviously after this, we'll be lining up with all the investors and everything by the time. What is primary target audience? So primary target audience, obviously you are the audience target audience, or apart from that the premium sections is there. So what we are, if you'll see the Pilates, it itself a niche. So in niche you can think of what we are trying to build. Anything you would like to add, Nikita, from here?
Absolutely. And I think what stuck to me was the question that was put at last. And I would like to advise that obviously anything and everything could be easily copied. Burger came into India with McDonald's. It's not that 10 other people are not making that burger. Everybody is. Why you go back there is the kind of experience and the kind of business that they have developed. Even in Pilates, obviously there's 10 other companies you can buy reformers for, but I think there is a clause for sustainability and experience that is brought by the brand of their European standards, how they have developed that business. Pilates, I still feel, is a very new concept in India, and hardly there are many smaller, not larger regions that have introduced that, but there has been a growing trend. Because it's more of a lifestyle experience when you go, and I think largely, if you'll see today for metro cities, women are more prevailing towards going to Pilates classes uh, rather than going to gyms. And if you'll experience that yourself, you'll understand how much I think techniques are required and the sustainability of the brand is required. So that is what the experience Pilates is bringing to India. And also the trainings, everything that are done would be through their corporate team. It's not that you want to um, hire somebody as a Pilates instructor and they start running that particular business. And it's not only that the training would be restricted for the first time, there will be an ongoing support that the brand provides you. And I would urge everybody who's on the call, please go through their website, go through the videos. You'll understand what kind of experience that they are bringing. And I think we can't wait for the brand to introduce their stores to India. And we wish them all the very best. And we are lucky that we are associated with them. But please go online, look at their brand, their website, and you'll understand what kind of experience they would want to bring into Pilates in India. And then you can maybe compare to other Pilates brand. And I personally would feel that you would not see that as an element to any center here.
And at last, one thing I would like to add about the woman entrepreneurs. So obviously the discussion with the Jonathan and Matthew. So can you, like, obviously Soumya asked about what inspired. So can you add something, Matthew, on that point about the woman entrepreneur, and so that after this we'll be closing all the Q&A and we'll be done for the day.
Yeah, sure. Let me just address something before I answer your question, Ashwin, which is the target audience. The target audience. We again, it's basically a more a female audience. We're understood that between 25 to 45 years old, it's a good demographic for us. Now, what Pilates allows you, because of the nature of the modality, meaning low impact, slow paced, and of course more controlled, is that you can expand your target addressable market beyond that, meaning that we do have people that start to work out with us primarily at about age 25 to 45 as being the sweet spot. But of course, it goes beyond that. So we have an audience that it's pretty large. Meaning that, of course, that target addressable market expanded in such a way that it's, of course, easier to attract a bigger member base. By the way, very quick, somebody posted a question in the chat, and the questions are very, very simple. Who will provide instructor and availability? This needs to be sourced locally. So it needs to be part of the job that we do together with the investor, but we guide and investor execute. Who manage class schedule is definitely the investor or the studio manager that of course manages the whole operation. How will the content be delivered? The content is updated overnight. Like you don't need to do anything. The content is updated overnight in the in the jukebox, meaning in our multimedia player. So these are the answer. In terms of women entrepreneurs, look, we are very, very happy to welcome, of course, entrepreneurial women. We actually have a great case of somebody that started this business in Barcelona and of course leads the way in terms of powerful women that are in business. This is the wife of a very well-known football player. She's called Anya Lewandowska. She's a power woman that actually has under her belt not one, not two big brands. She has 5 brands that she built on her own. So she partnered up with us to start the Pilates business in Barcelona. And of course, we expect many more to follow. This is a great business, of course, that talks to every gender, but of course, it is inclined more to a female audience. And reality is that many of our franchise partners are actually very inspiring and very powerful women. So we would definitely encourage investors to come and join us in this venture.
And actually, she is a wife of Lewandowski, who plays for Barcelona. So that's at the end, I would like to add who she is, because the lady, obviously, she's a wife of Lewandowski, right?
Yes, exactly. Anya Lewandowska.
Yeah. So we'll close this. Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
Yeah. So, yeah, of course, the future of Pilates in India looked extremely promising, driven by shifting lifestyle, rising health consciousness, and demand for the low impact personalized fitness experience. Pilates in India is no longer niche. I mean, it's a big it's the next big wave in premium mindful fitness, right? With the growing demand, low competition, and a health aware audience, the future holds tremendous scope for brands that brings authentic, aesthetic, and of course accessible, right? Pilates experience to Indian cities, and of course, I mean, this is one of the best brand that you can go for. In case if you would like to go for this brand, my request is to please contact us on our number. I already have shared in the chat box. It is 9717-683-838, or you can also write to us at feedback@franchiseandare.in. I would also request Ashwin, if you could also share your number in the chat box, so that in case if anyone would like to get in touch with us, I mean, they can contact us right after this webinar. So I think, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the day. Thank you so much, Matthew, for coming here, talking about your brand, the business opportunity, right? We really appreciate, for delivering such a beautiful presentation. So that's it, everyone, for today. Tomorrow, we will again come up with a new brand and we'll explore another business opportunity. Till then, take care and have a nice day ahead. Thank you, Matthew.
Thank you.
And Ashwin,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.